There was a time when Burger King looked like it could become the biggest fast food company in America. Its burgers were bigger. Many customers preferred the flame-grilled taste. And its biggest product, the Whopper, would eventually become one of the most recognizable burgers in the world. So why did Burger King spend the next several decades chasing a company it never managed to overtake? Because this wasn't a battle fought inside the kitchen. It was fought inside boardrooms, franchise agreements, and long-term business decisions that most customers never even noticed. By the end of this story, you'll understand why one company became the face of fast food, while the other spent decades trying to catch it. In the mid-1950s, fast food wasn't an industry. It was an experiment. America was changing. Families were driving more, suburbs were expanding, and people wanted meals they could get in minutes instead of waiting at a traditional restaurant. Dozens of small burger chains appeared almost overnight. Most disappeared just as quickly. Among them was a struggling Florida business called Burger King. The company had an interesting idea, but not a stable business. Its specialized cooking equipment frequently broke down, operations became difficult to manage, and financial problems started piling up before the business had a real chance to grow. At almost the same time, another company was expanding at an incredible pace. McDonald's. But McDonald's wasn't simply opening restaurants. It was refining a system. Every new location followed nearly the same layout. The menu stayed simple. The kitchens were carefully organized. Customers knew almost exactly what they would get before they even walked through the door. That consistency became the company's greatest strength. In Florida, two franchise operators saw potential in the struggling Instaburger business. They bought the company, simplified the operation, and gave it a shorter, easier name, Burger King. It looked like a fresh beginning, and in many ways it was. One decision would soon separate Burger King from almost every other burger chain in America. Instead of trying to copy McDonald's exactly, Burger King wanted customers to see it as something different, something bigger. That idea finally came to life when the company introduced a burger that would define its identity for decades. The Whopper. It wasn't marketed as just another hamburger. It was larger, flame-grilled, and built around the idea that customers wanted more than speed. They wanted value. The strategy worked. The Whopper quickly became Burger King's signature product. New restaurants opened. The brand expanded into new cities. For the first time, McDonald's had a competitor that looked genuinely capable of keeping up. From the outside, the rivalry seemed surprisingly balanced. Two growing companies, two famous burgers, two brands competing for the same customers. But beneath that competition, something much more important was happening. While Burger King was building a restaurant company, McDonald's was quietly building an operating system, and that difference would shape the next 50 years. For a while, Burger King looked like it had found the perfect formula. The Whopper was selling. New restaurants were opening across the country. Its advertisements were becoming more recognizable every year. To most customers, the race looked incredibly close. But growth and strength aren't always the same thing. Because while Burger King was measuring success by the number of restaurants it could open, McDonald's was measuring something else: how efficiently every single restaurant could operate. It sounds like a small difference. It wasn't. Every McDonald's location followed almost the same playbook, the same kitchen layout, the same cooking process, the same training, the same customer experience. Whether you walked into a McDonald's in California or Chicago, you knew almost exactly what to expect. That predictability became one of the company's biggest competitive advantages. Burger King, meanwhile, chose a different path. The company expanded quickly through franchisees, giving operators more flexibility than McDonald's usually allowed. In some places, that worked extremely well. Local owners adapted to their communities and built successful businesses. But as the network grew larger, maintaining the same experience everywhere became much harder. One Burger King could be excellent. The next one could feel completely different. Customers rarely noticed the reason. They only noticed the inconsistency. And little by little, that inconsistency began affecting the brand. Then another challenge appeared: leadership. Unlike McDonald's, Burger King spent years moving through different owners and different management teams. Each new leadership group arrived with fresh ideas: a new advertising campaign, a new restaurant design, a new business strategy. Some wanted faster expansion. Others wanted lower costs. Some believed marketing would solve the problem. Others focused on changing the menu. None of those decisions were completely wrong. The problem was that they rarely lasted long enough to reshape the business. Before one strategy could fully prove itself, another one often replaced it. The company wasn't building on the last plan. It was constantly starting over. Meanwhile, McDonald's kept doing something much less exciting. It improved the same system, year after year, restaurant after restaurant, customer after customer. It wasn't always making headlines, but it was making the business stronger. By the 1980s, the Rivalry had become famous enough to earn its own nickname, the Burger Wars. Both companies launched aggressive television commercials. Both tried to convince customers their burgers tasted better. Both fought for attention. From the outside, it looked like an even fight, but behind the commercials, the gap was quietly growing, because customers were comparing burgers, while McDonald's was building an empire, and Burger King was about to learn that winning an advertising battle is much easier than winning a business war. For years, Burger King believed the answer was simple: build a better burger, launch a better campaign, hire a better CEO. Eventually, the gap would close. It never did, because by the time Burger King was fixing one problem, the fast food industry had already changed. Customers weren't just buying burgers anymore. They wanted breakfast, better coffee, mobile ordering, faster drive-thrus, food delivered straight to their door. The companies that adapted first gained an advantage that was difficult to lose. McDonald's invested heavily in technology, restaurant operations, and digital services. Most customers never noticed those investments. They only noticed that ordering became easier, waiting became shorter, the experience became smoother. Burger King made many of the same moves. It redesigned restaurants, expanded its digital platforms, partnered with delivery services, introduced loyalty programs. But too often, it was responding to trends instead of creating them. The company was still competing. It just wasn't setting the pace anymore. So Burger King changed its strategy. If it couldn't dominate through size, it would stand out through personality. Its marketing became bolder, more playful, sometimes even controversial. Instead of avoiding McDonald's, Burger King started talking directly to it. The internet loved it. Its social media campaigns spread across millions of screens. Creative promotions generated headlines around the world. People who hadn't visited Burger King in years were suddenly talking about the brand again. For a moment, it looked like marketing might finally change the story. But attention isn't the same as loyalty. A customer might visit because of a clever advertisement. They return because of a consistent experience. That was the lesson McDonald's had been perfecting for decades. One company became famous for winning conversations. The other became famous for winning habits. And habits are much harder to break. Today, Burger King remains one of the biggest restaurant brands in the world. The Whopper is still an icon. Millions of people choose Burger King every single day. By almost any measure, it's an incredible business success. But when people compare the two giants, one question always returns. Why couldn't Burger King ever become number one? The answer isn't the burger. It never was. It was the system behind the burger. McDonald's spent decades building a business that could deliver the same experience almost anywhere on earth. Burger King spent decades trying to build a better competitor. Those sound similar. They're completely different strategies. And over time, one proved far more difficult to beat than the other. At first glance, this looks like the story of two burger companies. It isn't. It's the story of two different ways of building a business. One focused on creating products people loved. The other focused on creating a system that could deliver those products millions of times, almost the same way, every single day. That's why this rivalry lasted for generations. And it's why Burger King never fully closed the gap. Sometimes the company with the best product doesn't win. The company with the best system does. So here's something worth thinking about. If you were running Burger King today, would you keep chasing McDonald's? Or would you stop playing the same game altogether? If you enjoy documentaries that uncover the hidden decisions behind the world's biggest companies, consider subscribing to Ledger Logic. There are plenty more stories where the biggest advantage was never the one people noticed first.